need a little help from you, and it will be this. When I raise my hand, I need you to say, "For the children." So let's practice that.
For the children.
Perfect. Well, Mr. Toastmaster, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters and guests, when it comes to creepy crawlies, I am a real girly girl. However, being the mother of 4 children, 3 of whom are boys, I had to decide a long time ago to stop being squeamish about creepy crawly things. You know small boys, when they say, "Look, Mom," they're just as likely to have a toad, a caterpillar, a worm, as a pretzel. So, during the summertime when they would have their creepy crawly things, I would be out doing my gardening. And I tell you, gloves. These are my no fear gear. With these things, boy, I could touch anything. I could handle anything. So, when the saying, you've heard the saying, "You've come a long way, baby," that's me. Now fast forward to not too long ago, not so far from here, when I was at my friend's house, awaiting their return momentarily, when I was there, minding my own business, when what to my wondering eyes, I should see behind the entertainment center. Was it? I thought, could it be? It was. It was Hector. Now, Hector was no caterpillar. Oh, did I tell you? When it comes to creepy crawly things with my gloves, I don't do caterpillars crawling up my arm. I draw the line there. So Hector was no caterpillar. Hector was a 3-foot-long, slithering, tongue-darting snake. Hector was a python. It had been lost in the house. And from that day, everyone who entered the house was told, "Be on the lookout for Hector." Well, I need to let you know that Nicholas, the 7-year-old, had brought the thing down to the family room to play with it. And there he was, when he felt a sudden urge of thirst, so he walks over to the refrigerator to pour himself a drink. And when he came back, Hector was nowhere to be seen. "Hector! Where's Hector?" "Mom! Hector's gone!" Fellow Toastmasters, from that day on, the search was on for Hector. Now, since I was there, I decided, now remember, I don't do caterpillars crawling up my arm. But I must rise to the occasion for the children. For the children. I must plan my capture strategy. I must plan my capture tools. And I must think about walking swiftly across the kitchen floor, through the hallway, up the long stairway, across the landing to Nicholas's bedroom, make sure the cage is open, and drop the thing in the cage. So while I was there, seeing Hector, now I did not say, let the record show, I did not say, I thought I put it that. It was the snake. So while I was there, I had to do it. I had to get some gloves, and I had to create a barrier between the snake and myself. Did I tell you it was now late January? Hector had been missing since Thanksgiving time.
Ooh, boy.
He was one hungry snake. So I thought, my steps are ordered. I'm at the right place at the right time. I must capture the thing. I spotted a pair of dishwashing gloves right by the sink. And so to create a barrier between Hector and myself, no, you've got to know, I had no time. The snake hadn't been seen in 3 months. So I thought, I looked over to the washing machine and I saw a towel, a bath towel. So I grabbed the towel and my gloves, and at At that time, fellow Toastmasters, I might as well have been a Marine planning for a daring rescue in Fallujah, Iraq. I had to dominate. It was man versus wild. Or more like one girly girl and a snake. Oh God, please help me. You say you would train my fingers to battle and my arms to war. And with my arms I can bend a bow of bronze. And you make my feet like hinds feet. Please help me. So, with courage in my heart and speed in my feet, I went over, grabbed the thing, and ran past the kitchen floor, past the hallway, up the long stairway, past the landing, into Nicholas's bedroom, and dropped the thing in the cage, closed the door, and ran downstairs. I couldn't believe it. So, I recovered, and momentarily the family came home. I was overjoyed to see them, and they didn't know what was up. So I said, let me escort you upstairs. I went upstairs and opened the door and showed them Hector. The children were overjoyed. For the children. They jumped up and down, thanking me profusely at finding Hector for them. And in true Don Knott style, I said, shucks. You weren't nothing. I walked over to my car, drove home to my nice, calm, quiet house, opened my cupboard, and reached for a tea bag. I made myself a spot of chamomile tea. I poured myself some tea from my teapot that sings 2 for 2, tea for 2, and 2 for tea. I put on my girly girl glove, reached for my Royal Dalton teacup, and I looked at my tea. This was cricket. This was kosher. Jolly good show. Tea, anyone? Now, at times, we come unprepared to speak longer. But just as that day, I was totally unprepared to see a snake. From someone who doesn't do caterpillars, I stood utterly, and I'm still utterly amazed at the feat, the extraordinary feat that I had pulled off. Fellow Toastmasters, thank you for lending me your ears.